You got what I say?
That was my turning
Yeah,
point,
is
like,
it possible
yeah,
if we
forget
can
music.
go into a little bit more detail in terms of like, obviously how you come across this guy, and
Yeah.
if you can just give us as much detail as possible.
So, I met him online on IG.
Yeah.
Just switch this off.
You sure it's not him calling?
No, this is my music partner.
Yeah. I was about to say immaculate timing.
I'm in my interview. I'll call you back.
Reality Team TV.
So
yeah, go on.
What was I gonna say now?
Yeah, so you met him online.
Yeah, so I met him online on IG.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had a few followers and that, and me, I don't really go by followers anyway.
Yeah.
Because back then a lot of people was buying them.
Yeah, true.
And I wasn't sure.
Even now, people are still buying them.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so he reached out, asked to work with me. He's a rapper. I was like, okay, cool. I booked the studio. I pay for the studio. I pay for the mix and master. I pay for the radio edit. I even put down half for a music video. This music video was meant to go on, I think it was like MTV, something like that. Oh, yeah, it's gonna go on MTV. But he chat shit, basically. Yeah, I mean,
that's what he
that was the con. You know what I'm saying? That was the con.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was being young, dumb, naive, and just sort of like, how can I explain? Because my passion is with the music. You understand? So because I wasn't really dealing with the business side of things, I didn't know shit about the business side of things. Yeah. I was just like, everybody wants to blow up. We're all in it for the same. You understand?
So that was my feeling.
But anything I was putting money in for, he was taking that money. He bought an LDTT with my money. And yeah, it was just very
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I remember the moment when I sort of realised that he'd ripped me off. I felt sick.
How long, quickly, yeah. How long did it take you to actually get to a conclusion and actually realize that, like, this guy's actually ripping me off?
What was the first thing where he was, okay, so, you know, I'd seen him enough, like, in the studio, we was making music, we was working on stuff. Okay, so first he took me to his mum's house. Before we even went to the studio, he took me to his mum's house.
What?
He drew you in.
He took me to his mum's house.
You're like, yeah.
Do you get it? So at this time, I'm thinking, I'm not going to think he's going to be a cook at his mum's house. You get it?
Okay.
But I'm not going to lie. For what I will tell you, when I stepped into this house, there was a very dark feeling.
Okay.
A very dark feeling.
Your energy didn't match up.
I noticed that his mum had an alcoholic problem and a drinking problem. Now, me, I don't judge people. You know what I'm saying? You bring me in your house and you introduce me to a mum, whether she's alcoholic or not, I'm going to show you respect.
Yeah.
Hey, mum, you good? Da-da-da-da. But yet still, there was still a very weird vibe. You know what I mean? She was like, yeah, I used to drink. And then she was telling me about all her kids that got put in care and everything and started reeling off bare things. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, again, that don't mean nothing because I've been through hella things. I'm not going to judge you because of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all go through shit.
But pennies was dropping a little bit. You know what I'm saying? With what was being said, the vibe and that. And only one thing that made me feel a little bit safe is that I saw someone there that I knew from back in the day in music. He used to hold sort of shows like the UK Unsigned type thing. He used to do that. And I saw him there. He was like, yo, like, you know, Drew, what you two working together? He's like, yo, make sure you look after you, you know. So I felt a little bit more safe.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you know him? Okay, cool. Oh, we good then. Okay, let's go ahead. We're getting this single out, doing this, doing that first. Now, the first thing I noticed is that when... Okay, so we went as far as shooting the music video, everything. It was UK Overstood who shot it.
I big them up, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was UK Overstood.
I used to watch bare music videos on there.
Yeah, so UK Overstood. So that was the first thing that, obviously, it wasn't meant to go on UK Overstood.
Yeah.
Not that I have a problem with UK Overstood.
It was meant to go on
but
MTV
that
base.
wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
He said
So that was the
MTV.
first thing. I was
That
like...
was MTV, so
what
you're
happened?
looking at the big show.
So now he was just like, you're shuffling now. You understand? You're shuffling. You're not really giving me your answer or nothing like that. Another thing I noticed as well, he put his name. I'm not even gonna, because I don't want to give him no energy. You understand?
Fuck that nigga. Don't even say his name.
yeah,
Fuck that
it,
nigga.
innit?
Fuck that nigga.
No,
literally.
no, listen.
So he put his name on the song featuring True. It's my song. I
Oh,
own
them
the
kind
rights
of
to the song.
tongues,
You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Like a producer, like a DJ.
So he tried to rip me off the thing. The only thing is,
featuring True,
he couldn't rip. Even though he ripped me off money wise, he couldn't. He can't rip me off legally in a sense of I own that beat.
Yeah.
I was smart enough to do certain things like PRS. I was on PRS since before you had to pay for it. You understand? I wasn't playing with things. You understand what I'm saying? So all my beats, and I didn't play. I was working with like back then the beat that he tried to steal. Imagine it was a producer that was working with Young Money at the point at that time, and he wasn't even meant to reel off all these beats that he was, but he liked what I was working with, and we built a little bit of trust. He was like, listen, you choose what beats you want, you tell me, and don't use the other ones because it's going to get me in problems with the label, because I'm not meant to be giving these beats out. These are beats that the big boy artist is meant to be getting right now. So I was like, you know what? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You understand? And it was blessed. You know what I mean? He gave me a bag of beats. I put down money. Like, whoa. Yeah. And he gave me beer money on top. So he gave me beats on top as well. Because he was like, rah. Like, she was serious. Because I was like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna put the money in on this day. This is what I said to him. And, you know, you probably thought, she's like, she ain't gonna. And then I did it, put it down. He was like, take all these beats type stuff. But yeah, so one of the beats was it was his beat, one of his beats, the one that the guy tried to steal and basically I was featuring him on it, but I owned the beat outright. And at that point in time, I said, listen, take the whole thing down. You understand? Because I noticed he was moving bouquet. I said, listen, take it down now. I don't want to start suing people. You know what I'm saying? So just take it down.
Yeah.
So he took it down. As for the money thing, I couldn't really. I went about it in a bit of a savage way. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But obviously I pulled up at the mum's yard, listen, run back my peas, the whip's mine, run it back now, the logbook, And obviously I haven't seen him since he's ripped me off. You understand? Because that's what he does. He's known for ripping off little girls or whatever.
And then he disappears.
And I was younger then.
All of them do this.
And then he now lives looking over his shoulder. That's how he lives. He's been stabbed before. He's been this. He's got it before. He's a bad character.
Well,
he's known for that. And that's why I've always held a certain level of integrity with my music. Now I'm in a space. Now I'm in a seasoned space now. I'm like, you know what? You're good. You didn't have to do none of that. Like, you don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't owe nobody peas. You don't now. That's what I'm known. I'm known for working in the studio. That's what I'm known for. That's it. Nobody can't chat shit. Anybody come around and chat shit, they're like, listen, she works. I don't even want to hear all that. You know what I mean?
Because now you know every single, or you know all the corners of the music business,
exactly,
the music industry,
and
that's what it has to come down to.
Exactly.
Really.